Hello and welcome to CDR's YouTube channel. My name is Cody Williams. Today we will be going over the Prebook import version 2, methods A and B. We're going to start with method A. I recommend, if you do not have this Prebook import version 2 Word document, that you contact CDR and ask them for it. It is highly useful when importing these prebooks until you get familiar with it. We're going to start with method A, and the first thing you will get is a file from the manufacturer that contains these items. We want to boil it down to the bare minimum. For method A, we are concerned with the customer number, the item number, the ship date, and the quantity. That is all we are concerned with. So, once we get our file from the manufacturer, we want to boil it down to something like this. This is a basic example with only two customers and two items, but it's customer number, item number, ship date, and quantity. Once you have this file set up, you will save it into your CV1com folder on your AS400 using your mapped network drive. After you do that, it will be ready to import. So we will navigate to the Prebook import menu, to the Prebook import option on the Prebook menu, excuse me. We will do a Shift F11 for F23. We will page down until you find your file. Here's our file right here. We will select it with an X. It's asking us to choose the import format. This is very important. We're going with method A this time, so we're going to choose A. It's going to ask you for a ship date that will be required. Each individual item will still maintain its ship date from the file, though. We highly recommend you make use of both of these user codes as it makes finding the orders much easier. I'm going to use 1101. Press enter. It lets us know we had two accepted customers, no invalid customers. And then it goes on to show us which customers those are. You can press F3 out of here, take option 1 for work with prebook orders. Tab over to the user code 1 and 2 fields, key in our user codes and press enter. And right here we will see both of the orders that we imported in both of the items and that they retained their old ship dates from the file itself. But the header will have the ship date you plug in. That will be the ship date you see on the work with prebook order screen. That is method A. The next is method B. Method B is a little bit different. It does not require you to enter the item number or the ship date. It is only the customer number and the quantity. It looks something very similar to this. Scroll down here in this document, we can find a running example. Apologize about that. Scroll too far. Format B, running example. So, the other side of the coin for format B is you will need to set up a prebook default. The prebook default is where the items will be defined. This is how the file only requires the customer number and the quantities because it gets the items from the prebook default. Once you have the file from the manufacturer and you boil it down to customer numbers and quantities, it will look something like this. Here we have two customer numbers and 6 quantities for each customer. You can have up to 30 quantities and an infinite number of customers. Now that we have our file set up, placed inside the CV1com folder, we are ready for importing. Again, we will take option 10 from the import menu, Shift F11, we will go down here and find our method B file. I named it PBIMP30 since it allows up to 30 quantities. This is important. Choosing the import format. We chose method B. We will key a B and press enter. Now, it's asking us about our prebook default. I think we should set up a new prebook default so that we can see how that works. We will let it create its own prebook number. You do not have to key that in unless you would like to make it something specific. We will key the start date for the prebook. I will make it the beginning of the month. There, you see it populates the prebook number for you. Press enter to confirm. Now, at this point, we would be keying in our items from the manufacturer's spreadsheet they provided in top to bottom order, or from left to right. That's how they usually work. So here we'll just make up some dummy items because this is a test. We want to have 6 items. That's how many we're in our test here. So I will create these items. We're going to give them all Marlboro items. That way, make it easy to follow along. That's 5 items, so we just need 1 more. Here we go. Okay, so we've set up our prebook default. These would be the items from your spreadsheet from left to right. Now, we're ready to import. We're going to do an F3 here, and it takes us back to our selection for importing. We're going to enter a ship date. And this is very important for method B, the controlling prebook number. This will be how the orders identify the items. This will be how the customer numbers and the quantities are linked with the items that you just set up in the prebook default. I don't remember the prebook number, so we will press F4 to search here. Here it is down here, Cody's test, prebook number 6. I will do an X to select it. And I want to go down here and give it some more user codes. That way our orders are easy to find. I will go with 1102 this time. Press yes to confirm. It lets us know we had the same amount, 2 accepted customers, 0 invalid. We'll press F3 to show us our customers that imported successfully. Now we'll go check our prebook orders. We'll key in our user codes of 1102, press enter, and here we see our 2 orders that came in. Now let's make sure our 6 items both came. We have 6 items in this order and 6 items in the next order. That is how Prebook Import version 2 methods A and B work.